Let's talk about Mike White first. Mike White is gone. Mike White, Selection Sunday happens, and I was kind of waiting. So I'm watching Selection Sunday, right, playing cards with the wife. I had it in the ear because I knew, like, obviously Florida wasn't going to be in it, but I was like, look, it's Spring Forward Sunday. Anything can happen. So I'm thinking maybe we get a little luck. Maybe we get some juices flowing. Florida finds like some kind of weird way to get in, right? Obviously, I'm just completely shooting from the hip here. But I also had a feeling like, look, if once it's confirmed that we don't make it, I feel like some news is going to come out that Mike White's not going to be there anymore, right? Or he's going to leave. So the Selection Sunday comes out. To be honest, I got to give credit when credit's due. I found out from my grandpa. He called me to clarify. Yeah, he called me. He goes, hey, man. He goes, did I just read that Mike White left for Georgia? And I go, no. I was like, there was talks about him going to Ole Miss, but not Georgia. He goes, I could have swore I just saw it. I go, hold on, Grandpa. Throw him on speaker. Sure enough, Mike White leaves for Georgia. Now,
it's Grandpa. Like you think, Grandpa, come on, get off the. He's
dialed in.
Yeah, he's on.
He was ready.
Let's be honest. I mean, you're thinking Grandpa's over here, like maybe he missed his meds today.
No, he was even like admitted. He was like, he's like, am I crazy? Like, am I missing something here? And I go, let me look. Let's figure it out. He goes, and I was like, yeah, you're right. And then he was so kind of like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm freaking out too. So
gosh, the guy should have a podcast.
For real, right? I mean, he's obviously more in tune with this thing than we are. So this leads me. This is interesting. This is kind of fun to talk about. So obviously, I know Gator fans are excited that this is happening. We've been talking about it. We've made many videos, many conversations. Should he be fired? I think our videos were heard. I think Mike White watched our videos and felt the smoke was coming and said, it's time for me to get up out of here. I don't know. I don't know the details yet. Did he feel the heat? Is that why he left? Him leaving, I get it if I'm in his shoes, right? You can kind of feel the writing on the wall. I'm sure you're definitely hearing all the noise. But you go to a 1-7 basketball team, to a school that is not a basketball team whatsoever, not even close to it. Honestly, to me, if I'm a Florida fan, it's a little nerve-wracking because we've been preaching for this and praying for this for Mike White to leave. But now I'm sitting here like, well, now who?
Yeah.
Now what?
I can see that. If I'm a Florida fan, I'm thinking, okay, so one, we sat here for week after week after week, and we said, is the guy the right guy?
Sure.
And we've had plenty of comments that said, we want this guy out. We want this guy out of here. Like, da-da-da-da. But that being said, like, now you're talking about, like, you're talking about going into the tournament. All you did was get your seed or not. And then this guy is like, I'm done. So everything that we have been talking about, even the fans, we were kind of right. We were on pace here. This guy he felt it too. And if we were talking about it, I'm sure the administration was talking about it. The concern for Florida and the coaching system that they have there is, my gosh, like, what's out there?
So Joe's saying, first time I can recall UF hiring a new football and basketball coach in the same year, and I couldn't agree more. Now, here's my thing. It's weird, right? It's kind of like a breakup thing, right? When you break up with a girl, right, you feel good, right? Especially if you're thinking about it and you're talking about it and you break up with her, you feel like, all right, cool, I'm happy with it. But if you're thinking about breaking up with a girl and she breaks up with you, then you're kind of pissed about it, right? Even though you wanted it to happen, you're like, what the fuck? Why did you dump? I was going to dump. Hold up.
It's on my terms.
Yeah, well, hold on. Why are you leaving me? Am I the problem? What? Who's saying, hold up, right? It changes shit. And that's how I feel right now is he broke up with us. And I was like, whoa, that was never discussed. All right, Mike, we were good. You were the problem.
We were leaving you.
Well,
you weren't leaving us.
You weren't supposed to leave on good terms. Yeah, and go down the street, all right, to the somewhat cute girl that has potential, all right? That was never a part of the plan. Because now I'm kind of jealous, right? Georgia, who was just going to complete and sue this year, like obviously dog shit, right? They didn't have a pot to piss in. They look ready to rock and roll for next year. Got a new coach. Look, guys, I know we all hated Mike White, but he wasn't no slouch. He doesn't know what he's not a complete buffoon, right? And now he's going to take all of his recruits that were coming to Florida, which was a great recruiting class, to Georgia. So as a Florida fan, I'm a little
look,
nervous.
it's not like Georgia doesn't have money. They have SEC money.
Yes.
It's not even the fact that he went from one school, like he left out of nowhere, but then he went down the road. It's like, okay, so to your analogy, your girlfriend left you before you could break up with her to date the guy at the cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what,
Look, and
where in the hell is this ever okay?
And everyone's saying we can do better than Mike White. I'm not disagreeing with you. It just, if I'm a little stunned. I'm a little upset about it. All right? I don't like the way that it went down. We were supposed to be in charge here. All right. And look, we're sitting here now, and I wouldn't be surprised in a few years we're kicking ourselves because Georgia comes in and not becomes a powerhouse, but they become competitive. Vanderbilt has done that over the last year, and I think to me it's kind of a little bit of a pansy move for Mike White, right? Because you're a mediocre coach. You left when it was hot, and you went to a school that has been complete trash over the however long. But it's also a sign to show where Georgia's heading. Look what they did. I mean, look what they're doing. They're winning games. They're making more money. I mean, the football team's obviously where it is. So if Georgia's thinking, hey, Mike White's going to be the guy that turns this thing around, that's my thing is like, well, shit, are we missing something? Were we not seeing something?
I mean, it's possible, but I mean, look, Georgia's never really spent a lot of time investing in their basketball program.
Sure.
They've had a couple of 5-star guys who came through, but look, I mean, it's just a very weird transactional situation that just happened here. I'm almost surprised that contractually that Mike White is able to like drop the bomb and then go to an in-conference school. I'm surprised that there's no like contractual like barricade to that. It just seems odd.
No buyout, and Georgia has to pay UF $1.25 million. Joe just said, and Muddy saying, and I did see this, that Florida gave Georgia permission to talk to Mike White. So when I read that too, it made me think about that what the situation that you and I spoke about with the college kids, where they would come out and say, "Hey, I'm decommitting." Right? It was the schools giving those kids the opportunity to decommit, so it wasn't as embarrassing. And so I thought of that. I was like, maybe UF was kind of like, "Hey, we're not. If you can walk out of here kind of on your, with your head held high." Let's do that because you've done a good job. I don't feel like you completely have destroyed the program. So, look, if somebody's going to offer you a job, I recommend you taking it. Maybe it was one of those things, right? I could definitely see that, which if I'm Mike White, I'd be extremely thankful because he took that shit quick, bro. Like, you were just coaching them 2 days ago, dude.
Right. Yeah, you coached a basketball game 3 days ago. Your feet aren't even, like, warm from being back in Gainesville. Look, that may be the thing, right? I think it was a mutual agreement. Florida already told him that we're done, so freedom to go anywhere you want.
I'm excited to see who we go after, though. Again, so there's a big thing that we talk about at work is sometimes it's not always green on the other side, right? We're frustrated with what we have, but sometimes what's out there is scarier than what's in house. At least when it's here, we know what we have. We don't know what we have when it's out there. So. Again, we've been preaching it. We've been talking about it. It's so much easier when it's dark to just say it's shit and to move on. But at the same time, again, you don't know what you're gonna get yourself into. So it's exciting. I'm happy for it. It's a good refresh. It's a good restart, especially with Billy Napier. Hey, look, Florida's turning over a new leaf, and I'm thinking this is the last kind of puzzle piece to that flip. So I'm excited about it. I'm mad that we got dumped. But it is what it is.
Like, I mean, look, you got dumped because you said ahead of time, I don't think this is working out. So you got dumped per se, but
sure.
That was just because Georgia was the first person willing to lay down and take the next one.
Maybe that's maturing, right? Is when you make it to seem where like you kind of tell the girl, hey, this isn't going to work out. So she breaks up with you before you have to break up with her. And it's a win-win because she gets to walk away with her held high and you don't have to break the girl's heart and now everybody wins. And that's, I think, how I have to look at it is, it's win-win.